Hey guys and gals, Nary here from Drakewing Gaming. Some of you may on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you with a new Let's Play episode of Changeling Tale, Grace's Path. So y'all, this is the latest build. The devs were very, one of the devs, Watt, I think his name was, he was very generous enough to provide me with a copy of this latest updated build. I cannot wait to delve back into it. Grace is my girl. Got me a soft spot for them scaly gals. But anyway, y'all. Scaly gals and guys. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump right back in, shall we? Alarm chain, you are up, and let's go. Okay. But first, I haven't done the voice in a while. First, I had to learn who I was. Eventually, I allowed myself to want more, to see more, to experience more. Satisfaction never eliminated my desires. Silencing my guilty thoughts was the hardest part. I could love someone and still want more. I could disappear, be invisible, alone, far from troubles, and still feel as trapped as if I were in a crowd. I had to search inward for my true identity. From there I moved forward. From there I learned peace. Alright, we're gonna see what happened. Fishmonger, give us back our girl. Chapter 4, Hearts Adrift. Oof. Troublesome title. Oh, beautiful. I dash across stones and stumble through shallow pools, making haste to the shoreline, prepared to chase Grace's captors along the whole length of the loch if I must. My heart pounds so hard in my chest that I fear it will burst through my ribcage. I'm soaking wet, but I can still feel the sweat at my temples. Give us back our woman! From afar I can only make out shapes and silhouettes. It looks like Douglas's skiff, and sure enough, working the oars is the sea dog himself in his unmistakable oilskin hat. Accompanying Douglas is a broad-shouldered man fighting to hold on to the catch of his life. The loch roils around their quarry. Oh. At once the thrashing goes quiet. The water becomes still. Douglas's companion peers over the edge of the bow in the uneasy silence. Yep. Grace's enormous form explodes out of the water, out of the nets that bind her. The hemp ropes snapping from her sheer size. My heart leaps as I stop in my tracks. She's free. Oh. Oh my. My heart promptly sinks again. She's not swimming away, she's climbing aboard. The boat trips precariously under her weight. Grace, no! No, what are you thinking? But she isn't thinking, at least not rationally. She wants to make a statement, to be the prankster. She even slaps them both on their backs with a swat of her finned fingers. One of the men either lets out a strained cough or guffaw. It's hard to tell at this distance, but the noise echoes against the loch's cliff walls. What's to become of her if they disapprove? If they need or want her as a trophy? Just once, Grace. This is that time to hold your tongue, and you just can't do it, can you? I see that sharp tongue flicker and flay on the air while she talks. It isn't long before Douglas's friend's head is tossed back from laughter. Well, I'll be. To my relief and astonishment, she seems to be parleying with her would-be captors. Affably, too. I can only imagine what's being said. As my fear subsides, I remind myself this is just Grace being Grace. She's certainly full of spirit. Even if it's not joy-filled, it's at least true to herself. Equal parts mirth and mayhem, I suppose. Squeezed into a body the size of a great white shark. If nothing else, I hope Grace's formidable scale makes these two fishermen think twice about pursuing her again. I watch as her form launches off the bow of the boat, nearly flipping the vessel over. I still hear murmuring men's voices over the lapping of the water as she swims towards the shore. Ha! When Grace emerges from the water, I audibly gasp. She's enormous. She really is huge, oh my god. I do like them tall girls. Well, that was a fine kerfuffle. It's my first time seeing her standing fully out of the water. An awe-inspiring sight and no less intimidating. But she is still stunning in so many ways. From the iridescence of her skin to the broadness of her shoulders and the cute nip of her waist. They're huge. Malcolm, you scamp, eyes up here. Her whole being teases and panics me. Grace, I'm so sorry. Her scantily clad body holds my eyes captive, hypnotized, and I have to toss my head back to get out of the trance. Are you alright? She shakes all over, spraying water as her hair flies my way, but she's smiling. Oh, how she smiles. Better than ever. I can't tell you how strong that made me feel. That was a wee bit exciting to watch, I'll give you that, but my stomach was tied in knots. Oh, it was a dream, so empowering, and even a little fun. She appears unfettered. I sense whatever restraint she had left has been cast aside by her magnificent size and strength. It is to say a visible boost to her confidence. What on earth did you say to them?
Malcolm, I made them laugh. Told a few jokes, made a few puns. It was all in good fun.
Good Finn. It comes out as a mutter, and Grace breaks out in laughter.
That's the spirit.
What's this say? Big catch. Oh yeah, she's a big catch. Woo. I give her another once over. Her size is just so daunting and appealing. Two things I believe she knows to be true. What about that body makes me so thrilled I can't pinpoint? I can name a couple things. But the excitement is there, no doubt heightened by the fact what's left of her outfit can no longer cover her frame. Her scales reflect the dawning of the sunlight, and her eyes sparkle along with the water, where the ripples catch the sun, as well. The mere twinkling of the waves can't compete with the gigantic glistening diamond of this crisp cloud. But this excitement is a kernel of fright growing deep inside my belly, when it sprouts and whispers to me that Grace may yet become something I can no longer handle. What if I become the net?
What's wrong?
I was terrified when I saw you in the net. It was so fast, you were out of it quicker than lightning. Grace looks pensive and licks her bottom lip.
Honestly, I started to worry too, when I first saw the ropes, but...
Her head tilts as she speaks, then she rubs her arms.
I let go of my fear. I let instinct kick in. When I used the strength of my arms to rip apart that net, it was the greatest sensation. I felt so powerful.
Your arms?
Alright, maybe the net broke because of my...
voluptuousness.
But I was ready to tear that net apart if I needed to.
It's so ironic how the smallest of the McLeod sisters ends up becoming the most... well, rounded, so to speak. She seems to be radiating in the splendor of her own magnificence.
Malcolm, I felt invincible.
Great show. Her eyes become wide as dinner plates.
Maybe I am.
I hear that statement and let it sink in. Let it settle into my chest. I let it converse with my sprouts of doubt. Invincible. I feel my heart racing. Her directness, her pure enthusiasm in this conviction shocks me in a way it perhaps shouldn't. I want to retort, but don't wish to spoil her glorious moment, or hurt her pride. My thoughts go back to a time when I believed any breath I inhaled could be my last. Yet here I am, alive, trying to convince my sea creature girlfriend to somehow keep a low profile. No one is invincible, Grace. I finally say it, but truly what's left to threaten her? A net can't contain her, a fishhook can't land her, even a harpoon seems likely to bounce off her scaly skin.
Well, maybe I'm the first one.
Maybe so. Perhaps she's right. I don't know. I only know the relief I feel that she emerged from the ambush unscathed. Oh, my goodness. I jump back into her arms, both proud and anxiety-ridden, but mostly in love. I hold her tight, as she holds me, relishing my skin on her scales, slowly rolling my head from side to side, taking in her salty sweet scent and feeling her heartbeat against my cheek. Damn, those hips are enormous, girl. I saw you dragged away in that net and felt sick, helpless. I want to protect you, but I don't know how. It all feels so out of control. My voice is muffled from speaking to her slick skin, but she hears me nonetheless. As I press my sodden face into her chest, it envelops me and warms me in its softness.
You never could protect me, Malcolm, but it's all right. I'm my own Grace. I don't need saving.
Oh. I mean, she's covered up. When I let go and look into her eyes, there's a satisfaction, the confidence again. I feel as though it should allay my fears, but it just unsettles me more. What about keeping all this a secret? At this rate, everyone in town will know by the end of Sunday service, when the gossip has made its way through the pews.
I do keep thinking about it, about staying hidden. I'm not adverse to seclusion, you know, as my sisters will surely confirm.
It's all the more reason why Grace's brashness comes as a surprise. I watch her size herself up and smirk.
But for the first time in as long as I can remember, I'm not ashamed of myself. I am what I am, so what if a few friends find out?
So what? You'll become the center of attention once the Gossip Guild catches wind?
I don't plan on revealing myself to everyone I see, if that's what you mean. Besides, Douglas and Bulgaire were bound to find out eventually.
The revelation nearly knocks me to the ground. That was Bulgaire on the boat.
Yes, can you believe it? It was after some fantastical trophy to be the new big draw for the pub. Now that Sis is gone.
Oh, for heaven's sake!
I know! Imagine my smiling head presiding over the patrons of the Stag and Nanny.
Her smile turns into a fierce, toothy grin.
I set him straight. Nothing gracing the Stag and Nanny will be the story of the one that got away.
Oh, I can hear the tall tale now. A Bulgare heroically saved Douglas from a beast the size of a whale, nay, a leviathan, and lived to fight another day. It won't be easy to keep my mouth shut. I sigh. Sooner or later, Bulgaria will have to know about being Grace's partner in crime. I box that idea away in my brain until I'm forced to address it. Either way, it somehow doesn't surprise me that he was the one to leap at the chance to go after dangerous quarry. What of Douglas?
I tried to get through to him too, but he was convinced I was some sort of conniving beast.
See, this is what I was worried about. It's hard to hide my frustration now. So many others will believe what Douglas believes.
Don't worry, Bulgaria just had to talk sense into him. Old Dougie knows more than what he lets on.
How so?
Douglas might as well be related to Miss Alana, what with all the Fey Lord wisdom he spouts. Did you know he claims to have seen a mermaid? Thought there was one too. What a joke.
Look who's talking. For all we know, mermaids live the next lock over.
Malcolm, don't be silly. Mermaids aren't real.
The statement is so matter-of-fact, it's as if Grace has forgotten she's a fairy tale being herself.
Anyway, rest assured, no Cranach man will be fishing for this particular catch any longer.
Good. Let Douglas fish in earnest after. My throat catches on my own chuckle and I cough. There's someone else.
You're not telling me something.
Since we're putting everything out in the open, I suppose there's no sense in hiding it now. Let's just say it wouldn't be a terribly romantic gesture if your sister's boyfriend had you stuffed and mounted. I witness the gleam in Grace's eyes she catches on.
No!
Grace's exclamation is more surprise than disapproval. Oh, yes. I feel around on what I saw on the Stag and Nanny, minus some details. Grace drinks in the news with all the zeal of one of Gran's whist club cronies.
Oh, sis, I knew you could do it. And Malcolm, you can gossip as well as any whist player.
You approve?
Of the gossip and the romance?
She wrinkles her snout a little.
He's so old-fashioned and dull and so hairy. It makes him a perfect match for Marion.
I have to laugh out loud. Oh, really? She likes Harry.
Have you seen how she dotes on her herd?
The two of us can't help but giggle. Say it again. Oh, the two of us can't help but giggle. I don't mean to joke at her poor sister's expense, but it's one I think even Marion would appreciate. I'm glad you're taking this so well. I just hope the men are too.
You're really worried, aren't you, Malcolm? Are you concerned about them or about yourself?
Myself? Why would you ask that? Grace shifts her weight.
I don't know. Maybe part of me worries it's you who doesn't want to be seen with a giant fish girlfriend.
She looks crestfallen, but I don't let a moment pass without responding. No, Grace, not at all. My heart is with you, and I'm proud of our relationship, our partnership. I wouldn't want to be with anyone else. I continue to reassure her, while not mincing words. And I would tell anyone that, should they ask. In the meantime, it just feels like...
It's nobody's business.
My heart flutters. I know she understands, even if it weren't from the strange circumstances. Neither of us are the ones to shout from the rooftops announcing our intimacy. While I'm over the moon to be in love, it still feels like something I should hold close, keep private, keep pure. I think you're beautiful. No one could deny that. I lift my head and Grace bends down. We kiss softly and feel my stomach drop as our lips touch. Grace gives me a devilish grin. See a little bit of a clipping issue with the cloud texture right there. Uh-oh.
Fine, fresh, fierce, and I've got my own luck. I'm the catch of the lifetime.
That you are. I'm glad I landed you before Douglas and Bulgaria did.
Oh, Malcolm, stop. Don't fret about them. It was just a simple misunderstanding. Maybe I had that net coming as payback for all the times I've capsized Doug's boat.
What?
Don't worry, he's a good swimmer. The important thing is it's all water under the bridge, so to speak.
A bridge you ought to work hard to mend. He could become our brother-in-law.
Or a jealous scorn lover, after Marion denies his advances and leaves him rejected and suffering with heartbreak.
Grace's tone goes gleefully devious. You're jesting, right?
Of course, Marion will marry the first handsome man that helps her wash the laundry and scrub the dishes.
I start to protest, but can't deny that Marion seems itchy to marry, and has had little luck with suitors. Fortunate for her that Douglas is, fishing habits notwithstanding, an upright good man. One she deserves and who will dote on her.
Maybe he'll even help her with the milking.
Grace uses her arms to push up her chest and pouts. Even now that she's giant, her bust size still falls short of her sister's. You joke, but we both know Marion will put Douglas to work. Let's hope he likes cows. So I've seen in the, oh yeah, when she gets bigger, those get a lot bigger too. Yeah. Mere moments after what looked like it was about to be a near tragedy, we're both laughing again. Real laughter, not the sort to defend ourselves from fear or pain. It doesn't hide or diminish what aches inside us. Those rawest of emotions to experience after such strife, after fearing you've lost your love to the sea, to a net cast by friends. But this joy we now share, the laughter of a secret joke, of knowing that we understand each other's humor. We trust each other. That delight is the bond I want to rejoice in, to bathe in the comfort and serenity of Grace, to absorb all of her zeal and newfound confidence, assuming she has some to spare. I'm tired of living a life that has me afraid of shadows, of dark, lonely nights. Life should be about striving for this moment, the one right here over and over again. Striving for the times when we laugh and share our hearts together, those moments when we can bounce back from tragedy smiling. This is love. This morning's first sunbeams crest the horizon and fall upon us, kissing our skin, warming our bodies. Every day has been wilder, crazier than the last. What will this new day bring, I wonder?
Malcolm, I've probably kept you out here long enough.
Grace's words pull me back to earth. She's not wrong. Gran will be waking soon, and if I'm not there, there'll be questions. Oh, so many questions. But my eye is drawn back to Douglas's boat, and a little more than a dot at the far end of the loch. I'm not sure I want to leave your side again.
Malcolm, you make a better boyfriend than a barnacle. Go to your Gran. She'll be worried if you don't come home.
All this worrying, at least you know I come by it honestly.
Hey, look at me. All of me. Now more than ever, there's nothing to worry about. At least, not with me and my safety.
She flashes a confident grin meant to reassure me, and I concede that she might be right. Her situation, our situation, has completely changed now that she's grown so robust. I wonder if the other consequences are ahead, though. Ones we can't predict. Ones yet unseen or imagined. There's definitely... Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and pause it right here, y'all. Oh, thank you so much for watching. It's good to have Grace back. I'm very happy to jump right back into Changeling Tale. Now that we're at the end of the current build of Hero's Advent, I think swapping it back up with Changeling Tale after such a long, hiatus from it is good and all. Let me see, where was it? Wow. Back in November, okay. Not that long ago, actually, alright. So, anyway, y'all, thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, leave a super thanks, or a tip if you can, it always helps. Until the next video, I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!